All right. All right. Thank you everyone for coming to our last Work of Art Wednesday open mic. I say beanie blessings. Welcome to our space. It's been a pleasure to host for the last couple years and with Danny in Blended City. After tonight, I'm officially retiring from just hosting online events, not in person, but online. But I thank the community online and in person for sharing space with me and allowing me to guide the ship and create art together and share art together. And thank you for bringing um, your talents and craft and artistry here once a month. We inspire each other, and it's a beautiful way to round out the year. It's been a very tough year, and I hope we all continue to create beautiful art and inspire each other in the world in 2025 and beyond. Um, Not going to go over all the rules because I know that everyone here is respectful of each other, um, and I trust y'all. But we will do, we can do our mindfulness activity, of course, and I'm going to pull that up right now. Just before we share our space, if anyone here would like to perform and is not on, excuse me, on our list, you can go ahead and DM Danny, who's our tech producer, and he will get you on the list, and we'll be happy to hear what you share. And it's any type of art, it's just a general open mic. You can sing, you can read poetry. If you have anything visual, you can screen share. You want to sing Wicked, you can sing Wicked. I will not object to that. And yeah, just have fun and we share space. We're going to do our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. That's our focusing and grounding meditation. It just helps us be more connected with each other and present while we share space here at Work of Art Wednesday. You don't have to turn your camera on and we'll leave our mics off. But if you want to say any of it, out loud to yourself while your mic's off, please go ahead and do so. But this one will keep our eyes open for the first one. What are 5 things you can just see in front of you? And we don't overthink any of this. It's literally just any 5 things we see in front of us. See all of you. I see my lamp. See my seltzer can. See my laptop. See my cell phone. What are 5 things we can just see in front of us as we're just present and sharing space here? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to send that to Danny directly. Let me just type that in. What are 5 things you can touch? Just any 5 things around you you can touch. Feel the carpet beneath my feet, feel my hands on the desk, feel a warm blanket on my lap, um, and just feel my heart beating, right? Just feel my heart beating. What are 4 things? Feel my heart beating when you touch it. What are 4 things you can just touch right now? What are 3 things you can hear? 3 things you can hear. You're in the quiet in the room. I can hear the quiet outside of my parents' house because I'm not in Manhattan right now where I live. I'm at my parents' house on Long Island. Spend time with them during the holiday. But I can still hear the soundscape of New York City, which I actually really love all the ambient noise of New York City. Excuse me. 3 things you can hear. What are 2 things you can smell? 2 things you can smell. I'm getting over COVID and I lost my taste and smell, so I can't smell anything. But hopefully it'll slowly start to come back little by little, and I will be grateful for that. What are 2 things you can smell or taste? And well, the last thing is one thing you can taste or feel, and it can be anything good or bad or in between. There's nothing wrong. Like I just said, I can't really taste yet, just little by little. I'm getting my smell and my taste back. But I feel good. I'm very honored and you're sharing space with everyone, and you continue to help build our community and the artist community in general. And that we're internationally connected. That's a really beautiful thing. We've grown since COVID began in 2020. It's almost 5 years. All right, and I dropped it in the chat. And if you want to take that for a meditation in the future, please go ahead and do so. I learned that from my dear friend Nate Raven, who I love very much. So it's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste or feel. And I thank you for sharing that space and time with me. All right. All right. Well, we are gonna, Danny can drop the performance list in the chat. Like I said, if you didn't sign up but you'd like to perform, but there's no pressure, of course, please go ahead and do so. Um, and yeah, we'll have a nice, intimate, quiet night together, and then we'll go into our merry way. But first, on deck, we have Nick Louise. I always love hearing their poetry. But please welcome back to the mic. I've missed hearing her poetry. She's also a wonderful masseuse and massage therapist. She is. She made me feel really good. I got one. I highly recommend you reach out to her. You're gonna feel good. Nina Pagan, welcome back. Beanie blessings. It's good to see you.
Hello, hello. How are you guys? It's been a minute, but I'm back. I'm so glad I couldn't miss this one.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you as always. So there's really no time limit tonight, given we are an intimate crowd tonight. So however long you want to share whatever you want to share, please go ahead and do so.
Okay, I'm sharing this one for the first time. I've never actually read this out loud, so bear with me. This one is called The Divine. My future is beautiful and bright, but not as luminous without your shine. The way you inspire and push me, you must be divine. When your lips touch mine, it's like a drug I can't stop using. I crave you, I miss you a million times. It's you I'm choosing. Truth always antagonizes hope, but my spirit leads the way. Where you are is where I want to be. Forever I will stay. You've turned my whole world upside down, and I'm walking on the ceiling. True, pure, unconditional love, made special from healing. Together we'll rewrite history. My love story imagine. How'd I make it through all these years without my masculine magic? It all makes sense now, what everything has prepped me for. You're the kind of energy that makes my heart soar. Scream, shout, let it all out, taking each blow gracefully with every single bout. Flying through my brain a million times a day. Where you are is home, where I eat, love, and pray. Without you, I feel so empty, scarce beyond reason. How much I give thanks for my white chocolate weekend. Thank you guys.
Yes.
It was beautiful. I loved how it flowed. It just very well flowed. Every word. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for sharing. It was lovely. Is there anything else you would like? And I love hearing new ink. So please bring your new ink and your new art, new creations to such a it's a good space to try what we're feeling out, right? What we're feeling in our hearts and our souls. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
We could come back to me if anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to take all the heat.
No. I mean, you can do it now, or if we have time, we can do a round two. No pressure though. Of course,
Okay.
whatever you're feeling. Yeah, but thank you. That's lovely. Give her a follow. What's your handle on the socials?
Oh, I'll put it on here. It's underscore the underscore real underscore madness. It's just easier if I just type it, but I'll
Yeah.
definitely put it there.
And then Danny will tag you on Instagram, and if you follow us at Blended City on Instagram, you guys can connect there, and we'll give you a little shout out so we make sure we showcase all the artists that share space and all our people that share space here tonight. So thank you, Nina. We appreciate you. We love you. Good to see you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Oh, thank you, Nina. All right, we're gonna move forward. On deck, we have Jeff Cottrell, who I was spending this time last year with in Canada. But please welcome to the mic now. He's one of the co-founders and executive producers of Blended City, and he has a really cool bandana on it, the same one as over there. And he's my boo. I'm Beanie Boo, and he's Boo, and I love him. So please welcome Nick Louise.
Hello, everyone. Good
Any
evening.
blessings.
Yes. I love you guys. I'm gonna miss you. This is our last one of the year, so it's a special one. I have a few. I think I've read maybe one of these before, and the other two I haven't. So I think it would be. I guess this is appropriate. This first one is called Intuition. Be careful what you say, be careful what you do. The universe has eyes on you. Treat people with kindness, treat people with love, because karma's around, waiting to strike you from above. So stop with the fabrication, stop with the manipulation. I've had enough, and it's time to trust my intuition. That's the first one. Okay.
Yes.
It
Oh!
was it was so
Reminds
good
me of a
and so
little spell.
spicy. It's so good and so spicy. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. This one is called Creator. Release the poison of this toxic taken. Wake up, you are reawakened. Is in this new home, in this new haven, is it heaven? You're at peace with your pain at ease. You let love's light end your cruel possession. Now you're in the land full of harmony and succession. You made it to the beyond. Enjoy your rest and eternal bond. With the universe holding you close, the one who they covet. This isn't a goodbye, but a see you later. Now go quietly and meet your creator. And then this other one is called People and Change. Growing pains are real, change is real, vibrating higher is real. As a young person, I was told to treat people the way I wanted to be treated, which is true. However, as an adult, you realize just because you treat people a certain way doesn't mean they're going to treat you the same way in return. That's where you learn, you heard? People will treat you how they are, period. And that's when you have to place people accordingly and keep it real respectfully. I've learned you will lose people over and over and over again, but the right ones will always remain. Some people are out here to love you, and some people are out here to use you. People are really out here draining you when they should be filling you. These people do not belong, and you need to eliminate them before they eliminate you. Take that cue for you to be true. Protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your space, and protect your boundaries.
We got we got deadpan Nick over here. The bandana god.
Uh,
Deadpan Nick, the bandana god.
Love it. Okay. I like that one. Let's keep that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to share, Boo?
Uh,
You don't
uh,
have to.
no, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I always love hearing your stuff. It was
Thank
so spicy. I loved it.
you.
I love spicy art. We were talking about that before we opened the room. I love experimental, spicy, just very like unafraid to put yourself out there and
Mm,
push the boundaries of society. I love it.
facts.
It's so important. Well,
Mhm.
thank you, Deadpan Nick, the bandana god.
Love that. We should write that down.
Bandana Boo. It looks good on you. You have glasses and a band. You literally have got glasses and a bandana.
I do, right? This was like Nick at 27. I would always wear
Wait,
this, and now I'm 32. So, but I still
I
wear
thought
them
you were in your
sometimes.
20s. I thought you were in your 20s.
Nah, boo. I
Oh, I didn't realize you're 30s.
mean, sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I'm 25, and they'd be like adding how many to that?
Oh, you have a baby face.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you don't look like you're close to my age at all. I'm an old man.
That collagen I've been taking and that working out. That's a Gabriel Pragan.
Yeah, okay, collagen's good. Fitness is good. We gotta keep ourselves pretty. Okay, well, thank you, Debtan Nick, the bandana god. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for all you do for Blended City of our community and Work of Art Wednesday and for making it possible for us to share space together once a month here. We appreciate that. Thank you. Bandana is such a good word, right? I think Danny wrote that in the chat. Bandana's a good word. All right. I'll read after I'll read after Jeff, but please welcome to the mic now. I actually was with him like literally this time last year. I got my beanie tattoo on American Thanksgiving last year because in Canada it's just another day because they have their own Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, we do the second Monday in October. Nobody knows
But
why. We just do it different.
Yeah, I actually have a question about that. Like, what are you celebrating in Canada's Thanksgiving? Like, you're not obviously celebrating like pilgrims, like, and that kind of stuff,
That's a good question. I should look that up. I think we just celebrate general thankfulness, and
like
we do
just
some of the same,
gratitude,
we do some of the same things. We eat turkey and we eat a lot. Um, no football as far as I know. Um,
right?
yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
question. What are we doing?
I guess you're taking a day for gratitude, which is important. We should take
Yeah,
a day for gratitude, right?
yeah, I
Um,
should Wikipedia that actually, and because I
I
don't
might.
know, I should know.
Here, well, you can
Yeah,
Wikipedia and let us. I'd actually love to hear you write a poem about that.
sure,
That'd be a
maybe
good
someday.
prompt, right? But yes,
Okay.
please welcome to the mic now from Toronto, Jeff Cottrell.
Thanks. So I'll read a recent homework assignment from an online writing group I attend, and Lizzie attended it once actually when they were here. Um, it's this was given I was given the prompt, "Who will you be tonight?" And the story is called "The Travails of Sir Roderick." The audience chatter died down as the lights dimmed and a spotlight shone in the center of the stage. After a silence, a weighty dramatic pause, the MC entered. "Ladies and gentlemen," she told the crowd, "it is my humble pleasure to introduce one of the greatest actors of our time, winner of 5 Tony Awards and 3 Oscars, praised by Sir Anthony Hopkins and Robert De Niro as a unique genius. His performance as Guildenstern in the 1984 West End production of Hamlet has been celebrated as one of the defining performances of the last century. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome, please, for Sir Roderick Hamstelbury." The audience exploded into deafening applause as an elderly man walked onto the stage and into the spotlight. Dressed in a dapper suit and sporting a gray Shakespearean goatee, the man carried himself with a blend of grace, high confidence, and honest humility. Sir Roderick Hamstelbury smiled warmly at the clapping spectators and bowed. "Thank you so much for visiting us in our humble city, Sir Roderick," said the MC. "My pleasure," said Sir Roderick in a deep, resounding voice with a studied mid-Atlantic accent. "I always look forward to my visits to Sudbury." This was followed by more applause and a couple of audience members shouting, "Yeah, Sudbury, represent." "I understand you've prepared a special solo performance for us tonight," said the MC. "Yes, I have," replied Sir Roderick. "An exclusive performance just for you." The audience chattered and murmured in anticipation as the MC added, "Well, it's an honor for us all to see this exclusive performance live in person. Tell us, Sir Roderick, who will you be tonight? King Lear, Tartuffe, Stanley Kowalski, Henry Higgins, John Proctor, even Cleopatra. Whom are we going to meet?" Sir Roderick grinned again. "Even better than those. Someone I've never played before." "Really?" Excuse me. Sir Roderick turned to the audience and announced, "Tonight, for the people of Sudbury, an exclusive original portrayal of a man with his toes up his nose." "I'm sorry," said the MC. Sir Roderick turned back to her. "As I said, a man," he repeated with sharp dramatic emphasis on every syllable, "with his toes up his nose." He turned back to the audience and before they could react, bent his right leg upwards towards his face as if he were double jointed. With his hands, he took the shoe and sock off his foot, pulled the foot towards his nose, and inserted some of the toes into both nostrils. Then he let go of his foot and just stood like that. The audience just stared. The MC shook her head in bafflement. "Help!" Sir Roderick cried. "Help, someone! My toes are stuck in my nose and I can't get them out. Please, somebody help me! Ah!" After a brief pause, Sir Roderick pulled his foot away from his face, put his sock and shoe back on, and lowered it to the floor. "A man," he repeated proudly, "with his toes up his nose." He smiled and bowed. There were a few scattered, unsure claps around the auditorium. "What the fuck was that?" said the MC. "That was my latest performance," said Sir Roderick. "It wasn't easy, you know. Took a lot of physical preparation and dexterity. Plus, I had to master the accent." An awkward silence. "I performed it privately for Quentin Tarantino last week," he added. "He adored it." More silence. "Well," said the MC with a fake smile, "that was interesting. Moving on, I understand you have a new project coming out in the next month, Sir Roderick." "Oh, yes," he replied. "A most challenging role. perhaps my most challenging yet. I am appearing in the latest Brick and Dummerton film, Brick and Dummerton Visit the Podiatrist, directed by Ava DuVernay. I play the part of the podiatrist. Now, Brick and Dummerton, that's a running joke in these stories I do for the workshop. There's just this terrible, yet inexplicably popular vaudeville team that just keeps popping up in my stories. I play the part of the podiatrist. Right, said the MC, and I believe we have a clip from that. The audience clapped again as the background curtains parted to reveal a large movie screen and the lights dimmed again. The screen lit up to show an angry skinny man and a baby-faced overweight man in a doctor's office. Sir Roderick stood in the background in a doctor's uniform. But Brick, the portly man whined in a high squealing voice, I still don't understand why you want to bring me to a kid's doctor. I ain't no kid. I'm a full-fledged card-carrying grown-up there. The skinny man slapped his forehead. For the last time, you meathead, he snapped in a grovelly voice. It ain't no kid's doctor. It's a foot doctor, a podiatrist. You're thinking of a pediatrician. Foot doctor, said the fat man, turning to look at Sir Roderick. I don't know, Brick. He looks like a doctor, but a human one. He ain't no foot. The audience continued laughing as Brick smacked Dummerton in the face. Ow! Shrieked Dummerton. Why is you so mean to me, Brick? A doctor 4 feet, you knuckle brain. Not a doctor what's a foot 2. But why'd you brung me to a doctor for feet? 'Cause you stepped on a pile of Legos in your bare feet, stupid. Don't you remember? Dummerton looked down at his right foot, which had dripped a long trail of blood from behind the door of the doctor's office. Then he laughed. Oh, yeah, I forget it all about that. Ha ha. More laughter from the audience. Then everybody hushed as Sir Roderick approached Dummerton on the screen. Well, said Sir Roderick to Dummerton, let me have a look at your foot. The screen went black and the lights went back to their former settings. The real Sir Roderick on the stage smiled and bowed. Again, a small smattering of applause greeted him. Said the MC. That's it? Yes, said Sir Roderick. It was a challenging role. I spent no less than 5 months training to be a podiatrist. Plus, I had to master the accent. The MC just stared at him. I screened the film privately for Quentin Tarantino yesterday, he added. He adored it. A brief silence. Then the MC said to the audience, I'm sorry, I can't do this shit anymore. I didn't spend 5 years in journalism school for this. Goodbye. And she stormed off stage, leaving Sir Roderick alone. The audience was silent. Sir Roderick cleared his throat, looked out at the crowd, and said, Well then, perchance is anybody here a Steely Dan fan? Nobody in the audience responded. I used to socialize with Steely Dan, Sir Roderick added. Steely Dan were friends of mine, and I am loaded to the brim with stories and anecdotes. As it appears that we have a great deal of time to kill, would you mind if I regale you with my stories of Steely Dan? Yes, shouted one audience member. Yes, we do mind, called another. Fantastic, said Sir Roderick, clasping his hands together eagerly. Back in 1972, I was having a drink with Don Fagan at the Cheshire Cheese on Fleet Street in London when he asked me, That means no, a third audience member shouted. I'm sorry, said Sir Roderick. We do mind. That means no. Oh, Sir Roderick stared at the floor in embarrassment. After another awkward silence, a fourth audience member called out, So can we get our money back? Others in the crowd chattered with approval. Sir Roderick thought for a moment. How does this sound, my friends? He said. Remember back in the 1970s when that pranking rascal Andrew Kaufman would close his shows by taking his audience out for milk and cookies? The audience collectively shrugged. Well, said Sir Roderick, I know a fine shawarma restaurant just down the street from the venue. Shall we have a meal and a nightcap there, my friends? Yay! Everybody cheered. Another triumph for Sir Roderick Hemstelberry. And that was me.
I loved hearing those characters again. It was really fun. We did it on Thanksgiving last year. I remember because it was the day I
That's
got
right.
my tattoo. Yeah.
That's right,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I loved it. I love Steely Dan. Steely Dan's one of my favorite bands.
No, good.
Yeah, and I love Hamlet. I love Guildenstein and Rosencrantz.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, yeah.
I love it. I love Hamlet. Like I'm a big we were talking before we opened the room that as much as I love like immersive theater and experimental theater, I do love Shakespeare. And when they play around with it, I mean I like seeing it done in the traditional way too. But it's fun, yeah. Mm. That was fun to hear the characters evolve. The comedy duo. you
Brick
created.
and Dummerton. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny. That sounds like a good SNL skit. You should submit it.
We'll see.
Next time you
I think
visit,
the sensibility is closer to Monty Python, I think. I think
oh
Monty
yeah,
Python had a man with a tape recorder up his nose, and he sticks his finger up his nose, and it goes da 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 da. Sticks his finger in the other nostril, and it rewinds.
yeah, yeah. I love Monty Python. I wish you lived here because where I bartend on Tuesdays is Naked Angels, and they do a cold reading series, and all the characters you create would be such a good. It would be so fun for one of the scenes to hear the actors read it. They
Cool.
don't have a Canada Naked Angels. They have Miami, Chicago, LA, and New York City.
As far as I know, we don't. Yeah.
No, you don't. They should have it in Toronto. I think they would be very successful there. But
Yeah.
it's fun. Yeah. Well, thank you, Jeff. We appreciate you. It's so good to see you. I'll come back to Toronto one day. Maybe not
Cool.
November. Maybe it's a little warmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a little cold, but it was still fun. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. You can find him at it's Jeff Cottrell 73, right?
On Instagram, it's Jeff Cockrell
Yeah.
73, and I'm also easy to find on Facebook. And I just joined Blue Sky, actually,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm easy to find there. I still have a Twitter account, but I'm not really using it right now.
No judgment.
Yeah,
I don't judge people that stay on Twitter. They can stay on Twitter. That's not
yeah.
the end. The world's not going to end if people stay on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter anymore, but I just made a Blue Sky. I actually kind of like it. So it's fun. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. Find him and get his book. Hate Story, get his book. I own the book. It's a really great book.
Yeah, hate
So
story.
get that. So get his book. And support him and support each other. All right, thanks, Jeff. Um, I just renewed my lease, so your guest room is still good. Yeah, the Jeff Cottrell guest room. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. All right. I'm gonna read a poem and then Danny, are you gonna read after me or no?
I think I'm okay, but thank you. Thank you for
No
asking.
problem. No problem. All right, I wrote a contractual poem that I'll read. Kind of has to do with the moon actually, because Jeff has a poem I love about the moon that I've done. It's really funny. I woke up to an aggressive moon. Celine has a message for me that I cannot figure out yet. I want to tuck myself into her crescent. She does not give consent. I stay down on earth as the rain pounds into my curls, curves, pours clothes, post-season snow boots. I trudge through the snort of the concrete jungle, not on the prowl, eager to stop hydrating, given I feel overly saturated. As I pounce to my second to last destination, I realize I'm not soaked in natural liquids. The sky opened and whined out, blush, scared to look up as I fear the strings of the unnatural nectars. Seeds of rosé pelled at me with tenacity. Celine stomps into her bat. What lesson has she currently been trying to teach me? There will always be never-ending ones to grasp through her grapes. She paints the brush so fine my anxiety refuses to figure out her path. I cannot follow her constellations through sourness. One waterlogged shoe in front of the other, and I arrive to home base. But she keeps me locked out. I peer through the exhausted wet tree branches of my neighborhood and finally see past sparse chivalry. Not for her or the ancestors above or the souls who have their own assignments to complete. For me, I must honor myself. If not, I will continue to shrivel up like a raisin, which no one can stomach. Thank you. I like writing about the moon and Celine. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. If does anyone else want to share before we close up our final work of art? Yeah, of course, go for it. We'll have Nina come back and she will share another poem with us.
Hello again. This one is called First Grade Fates. From chalkboards to altars, their journey did start. Two hearts intertwined from the very start. In first grade they met, a friendship did bloom. Little did they know, their love would soon loom. Years passed like seasons, their bonds grew so deep. Through laughter and tears, their love they would keep. Together they built a gym empire grand. Hand in hand, they made their dreams stand. Now, as they wed, their love shines so bright, a testament to their strength and their might. From first grade to forever, their love will endure, a bond unbreakable, forever pure. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll let you snap for yourself. That's actually
you.
so important. More poets should snap for themselves. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. You never see poets snap for themselves, but I'm glad you did. That you're encouraging more poets to praise ourselves because we're the ones that write it. Writing poetry is not easy. It can feel easy, but it's not easy. Pouring all our vulnerability into our art, trying to make the world a better place. Yeah. Nick, is that a Harry Potter water bottle?
Yeah, one of my staff members last Christmas gave it to me, and I was just like, "This is so cool," except this is the wrong house. But
Oh,
they
I
can't.
can't. Oh, it's in all the houses?
It's a
Oh, it's
slip.
Hogwarts. Oh, yeah, you're not Slytherin.
So I was like, "No, I'm really grateful for the bottle. Of course, it's Harry Potter. I'm gonna take it." But I was just like, "I'm not a Slytherin." Oh,
You're you're a Gryffindor, right?
yeah, Gryffindor.
Yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff.
Mhm.
It
Oh,
can be an alphabet.
I'm very grateful for it. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, all the houses have good traits, just like all the zodiac signs have good traits. It can be an alphabet water bottle.
No.
It's green as hell.
No, I
She
mean,
might not even be a Slytherin though. We don't know what house she'd be.
no, she probably isn't a Slytherin.
She's probably a honestly, I see her as either Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw. And then I could see Glinda as either Slytherin or what's the Gryffindor. I think she'd be like a Slytherin, to be honest. No, not in a bad way. I love her. I just think I think that's the house she'd be in. I think Alpha will be sorted into Hufflepuff. Yeah, or Ravenclaw. Yeah. Well, thank you all for making Work of Art Wednesday happen. It doesn't happen without the community, not just me talking, not just Danny, doing the technical stuff. It happens with all of us making it happen. First, thank you for sharing space. Thank you, Blended City and Nick and Ashley, for creating the space and making sure the online community has a voice, in addition to the in-person communities, and that we met through the pandemic, and that was a hard time for everyone. So I'm glad we all connected through, though it wasn't easy, we connected through our art, and that's so important. Um, and to everyone watching online, thank you for sharing that space. And it's important. We'll continue to share, even though we won't be sharing it specifically at Work of Art Wednesday, we will continue to share it elsewhere and making sure we inspire each other. So for one last time, I will read Beanie Blessings here. And I will bid you adieu. And please, if you aren't already following us, please make sure you follow us on all the social medias. I think it's just at Blended City on all the platforms. And stay connected and stay strong and mindful. But here's Beanie Blessings one last time. We close out our time together staring up the same sky. Whether the sun kisses down on your gentle face, the cotton candy clouds begin to swirl in the early evening. The crescent moon fades in as the constellations begin to dance throughout the night. We all look up at the same sky. Thank you for blessing the sky, soil beneath our feet, and our family with your presence and art. Thank you for taking the time to create. Thank you for holding space. May you sneeze out poems in dreamland. May we always have beanies to keep us stylish and warm. This has been Work of Art Wednesdays with the fabulous Blended City, hosted by me, Deadpan Lizzie the Beanie God. On behalf of our artistic community, I, Deadpan Lizzie, bid you adieu. Beanie blessings. And I just got emotional. Oh, thank you all.
Thank you so much,
Have,
guys.
have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you all.
Great
Happy
talking.
harvest. Stay
Bye.
well, stay strong. Thank you, Danny and Nick. I really love you both. Thank you.
I love you guys. Take
Guys.
care.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.